What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the Eddie's Life 24/7 channel. This video is a bit different. It's not a topic discussion. Well, technically it is, but this one is more of a reacts video to react to this channel here, or this video here, which is basically a video by Back to My Roots, which is America reacts to UK smart motorways for the very first time. And I wanted to, as a British citizen, put my thoughts onto it and maybe give you some thoughts and some feedback as to how the British way is actually going, because you may have got it wrong in your reaction. So this is my way of saying, here's a comment, but I thought we'll do it in a video style and give you a bit of a thing. This is actually something that used to be about for YouTube as a video reaction to a comment, but I decided to create something a little bit better by doing a proper standard video. So this one's here for you.
Hold on, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out what it's like to take a road trip on a British motorway, specifically a smart motorway. I have no idea what that means. Obviously, we've learned a little bit about
smart motorways. Basically, you can drive in live running lane in all running lanes, and sometimes the hard shoulder, and sometimes the hard shoulder is being converted to a full running lane, and there is offshoots where you can park up, and there's variable speed limits.
Roadways. I wouldn't say really roadways. We've never looked at like specific types of roads, like a motorway, for example.
Go to who?
We're heading to a stretch of smart motorway now, but what are the differences between smart motorways and traditional ones?
So the first thing you'll notice is the variable speed limits. That's to help ease congestion and keep the motorway full.
Okay, variable speed limits. I'm not sure. Does that mean the speed limit changes?
I don't know.
Wait.
Yes, it does. Variable speed limits will change depending on the traffic, depending on the congestion ahead, and depending on actually what's ahead of you. Those signs can be set to give you that information that something's ahead of you, slow down for it. However, sometimes these are left on and it can cause some bit of uproars, which is why some people don't like them.
That digital speed limit signs.
Oh, I bet
that's smart. I like that.
More recently, we've been converting the hard shoulder into a running lane. Just keep the motorways flowing.
Wait.
In conjunction with that, we've got a whole network of technology and people that monitor it, setting signs and signals, monitoring the SOS phone.
Wow.
That is
and
crazy.
sure that everybody is as safe as they possibly can be.
Well, thanks, Siobhan. We'll look out for all of those on our journey.
Yep.
Right.
Did you see on that computer how like
They have a whole department or like, I don't know, group of people who just monitor the interstates. Like...
It's a company that does it. Basically, the Highways Agency's own, but is a company that is done by the government. The government basically founded it to combat the traffic. It was due to some sort of incident that happened a while ago, which is why the Highways Agency have been formed.
Like, wow.
We don't have that here, do we?
Not that I know of. I have no idea.
Secret if it is.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, on one hand, it's kind of cool because if someone was in danger or there was an emergency, like she said, an SOS, you know, they could send someone. They have a whole department there. We learned, okay, like what this woman is, traffic officer or something, which we don't have that here.
Well, we have,
not like this.
You're
not
right.
like this.
We do not. We have like state troopers that go around looking to ticket people for speeding.
Right.
That's pretty much it that I know of.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So far, I like the variable speed limit thing. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. They look very excited.
Yeah, they do.
Very excited, but why is she still standing there? Why is she watching over the shoulder? Filming. That's why. Simple. It's filming.
Very excited about this road trip.
So am I.
Oh, just one thing before we go. Have a look in the back. It's little versions of us. Yeah. When we're discussing things that we can film safely,
Yes.
they will take over.
And I like the way they've made me look younger.
Yeah.
Got to have words about that.
British humour is brilliant. It's very rarely that you have a set of keys inside a vehicle, that you just have the car key itself. Normally have it on a key ring. My car keys are literally on a set of key rings like that. That's how mine are done. They're all together. It's very rarely that happens. Don't know what it's like in the States where you do the same. It's easier just to keep them all in one location.
I've made your favourite ABBA drummer playlist.
It's funny you should say that, because you can't use the word favourite and ABBA in the same sentence.
You're the only person in the whole world
Are
that's
you
like ABBA.
serious?
I don't like ABBA.
No,
I don't know ABBA.
Dancing Queen.
Oh, I like that song.
It's a good song. It's a really good song. I love ABBA.
Now, we're getting onto the motorway.
Okay. All right. So far, this wouldn't, like, other than you're driving on the left. This looks very.
That verge is a little bit tall, I would say, but it's very rare that you can actually get out and do it. They will do it at night with tractors. If they're going to do that, that's where the smart motorway comes into its own, because, of course, they can close off the lanes digitally rather than having to set out a ton of cones. But at the same time, it's probably easier and safer to do it with cones.
Very similar to what we would see here.
Although I will say it looks quite overgrown.
Yeah, it does look overgrown.
I feel like here it's trimmed back.
At the same time, the overgrownness does help with CO2, noise pollution, all the other things, because the trees will basically pick up that type of the stuff that comes out of the car and will be soaked in by the trees. So that does help the environment a little bit. I'm surprised the states don't have trees by their things just to help them out.
Back more, maybe.
But
this is just a small section.
But that happens only specific times a year, like once a year, twice a year, depending on the section. They'll take the big tractors and go through.
Yeah.
Same here.
There are few things worse than being at a standstill stuck in traffic. And that's where variable speed limits are really good, because what they do is they keep traffic moving. They keep that flow going, albeit at a slower speed.
That is good. Instead of just a standstill.
Yeah.
Sensors monitor traffic flow, and the smart motorway
Wait.
system automatically
Wow.
responds by changing.
There are sensors across the thing. There's actually cameras every couple of yards, especially on sections where the hard shoulder has been opened, where they can keep an eye on who's in the traffic lane, and you can get ticketed for going into the hard shoulder if it's closed for non-running.
The speed limit. This means the system can pick up early indications of a queue forming and display a speed limit upstream.
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Is that, sorry to keep pausing, but would that be the same technology used to detect your speed, like to give you a ticket?
I don't know.
Because it kind of seems like the same thing.
I can see what they mean, though. Like,
No, we have a completely different section of speed cameras and speed radars. I will talk about it a bit later on.
you've got to slow down up the road a little bit, and so they're like,
Congestion.
we're gonna slow it down from 60 to 40 or
So
something.
people aren't rushing
Yep.
up onto this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a lot safer. It's a lot safer to slow people down prior to an incident, because, of course, if it doesn't move, then you're going at a lot slower speed. The collision speed is a lot smaller, making it a lot more easier.
That's a great idea. And I don't know what she meant by the person was saying something about, like, instead of a hard shoulder, they're turning them to, like, moving shoulders or something along that line.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Is it a shoulder that can be used? Is it a shoulder that's not used on a regular basis but can be used in times of more traffic or something?
Yes.
I don't know.
I have no idea what that means.
Hey Susie, look. We're now on an all-lane running motorway, just like Siobhan talked about.
Oh,
So along
yeah.
this route, we'll get to see an emergency area and the signs and signals.
Oh, look at the emergency arrow with the yellow.
The traditional
Oh, what?
They're not all yellow. I wish they were. But it's on smart motorways, they're designed to basically visually impair that's where you need to go. If you're broken down, head to the big yellow box. But they are literally a mile apart from each other. That needs to be shorter.
hard shoulder. We're in it now.
Okay. That's something we don't have that I know of. Like a specific place that's like colored to actually show you where you can pull over,
It's only on smart motorways.
safely.
Yeah, on our interstates, it's kind of dangerous. A lot of places.
So, but think about this. Is that why she was talking about basically the shoulder, they got rid of it and turned it into a lane to have more movement, and they create these little offshoots, like a little area like that yellow where you can
In
pull
certain spots.
in certain spots. Every so often you get this spot where you can
Yeah.
pull off.
Some smart motorways are like this one, with the hard shoulder permanently converted to a traffic lane.
So on this image, you'll see a couple of things. You've got the dotted white lines, which basically means all lanes are permanently running at all times, apart from when there's a red X. The next one
as a running lane at busy times to ease
is with this single lane here, which means that it's a running lane at busy times. Basically, they've opened the lane up during congestion, usually during rush hour.
congestion. You can only drive in it if the signs show it's open.
If a red X is displayed, it means
Please, please, please do not go through a red X. It's actually against the law. You can get fined and you can get penalised by the government regarding that. Central government does it, not your local police force. So it's the government that actually do this.
the lane is closed to traffic, usually due to a broken down vehicle or accident.
Oh my goodness.
Drive in a lane showing a red X.
Radar is used to detect individual stopped vehicles, typically within 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
20 seconds is not good enough. Let's hear what JC says, and I'll go through my thoughts.
Alerts control teams and means they can get help on the way even quicker.
This is an addition.
That's pretty incredible.
20 seconds, it's incredible, it's good, but it's not fast enough. In all honesty, it can take only 3 seconds for a car to smash into the back of you and you to be dead. So just bear that in mind. If you can, if you do break down, move over left as far as you possibly can and signal for help. If you can't, call 999 straight away.
Midas that uses sensors to monitor traffic volumes and automatically turns on signs and signals when the motorway becomes busier. Have you ever broken down on the motorway? You have. What happened?
It was a puncture in a hire car, but it was the depths of winter. It was freezing. There was snow on the ground, and then I ended up getting flu.
1 or 2 days worth of winter.
Or you get into trouble on the motorway, stay calm and try to exit at the next junction or motorway service area. If that's not possible,
Motorway service area.
get safe.
So motorway service area are basically the services, basically where you can go and fill up, get petrol and all that stuff. It's really expensive, by the way, so usually you don't fill up on motorways. It's kind of a hidden rule. If you want to fill up, do it in a local town. I'll give you a clue. Sometimes if you're on a motorway service area and you fill up, you'll get charged an extortionate amount. If you literally go 10 minutes down the road to the local town that's nearby, you'll get a massively discounted price.
And get help.
You should go left into an emergency area, hard shoulder, left-hand verge, or A road lay-by.
Look at that.
Wow.
Hazard warning lights on, and if it's dark, use side lights.
That's so much safer
Yeah, it really is.
because it's like tucked away.
Yeah.
It is safer to a point up until someone else needs that lay-by. And if someone else needs it, they could still go into the back of you. Best thing to do if you do get to this point, it's saying here it might be worth staying in your vehicle and wait for help rather than get out. Personally, if you can do it, get out by the nearest exit to the nearest exit away from traffic. So, for example, this will be on the passenger side. Jump over the railings and keep over there. Make sure you stay across the railings at all times. If you've got any high-vis jackets or anything else, grab those as well, because of course that will give you more visibility and people will be able to see you. I have a section of high-vis jackets inside the back of my car just in case, including some little lights should I need them as well.
Vehicle and wait for help rather than get out.
That's really cool.
Decide it's safer to leave, and you can get out with any passengers. Exit on the furthest side from the traffic.
That's better
Yep.
than just the hard shoulder, in my opinion.
Yeah, because the hard shoulder, you're still basically like right up on the lane, so
Yeah.
it's easy for if someone's not paying attention to sideswipe you or hit you.
This gives you've almost got like
a little alcove,
right.
kind of.
You've got the hard.
To a point. That lane is not as big as it looks in this image. Usually that white light will be about to the side of your car. The car will be about the size of this lane, and you literally have about that much space. It's not great, but you still have some space. It's still better than nothing.
Hard shoulder right here, but then another little, like you said, alcove here that you can pull into. So like you're much
much
farther.
likely that
Yeah,
someone's gonna accidentally hit you.
much further off the road.
get behind a safety barrier where there is one.
If your car stops unexpectedly and it isn't safe to get out, keep your seat
stop in the
and
live
hazard
lane. There's
lights
absolutely no
on
alternative.
and call 999 immediately.
You know, that's something I'm curious about. Obviously, they're 999, we're 911. I wonder if we called 999 and they called 911, like what would that be? Like what
Exactly the same.
would 911 be for you guys? And I want to check it out.
911 would call 999. 999 would call 911. Basically, vice versa. They're international numbers. Basically, there is a status as something that happened when telephones were brought in that basically made those vary that they would interact with each other. So if you called 911 in the UK, it will call basically the 999 service. If you call 911, it will call the 911 dispatch service over in America.
Call 999 and see what happens. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. I have no idea what that would be, but I'd be curious to know what the difference would be in both countries.
Or it probably just wouldn't go through.
Yeah, but 411 goes through. It's like information. And then there's
101 for information with police. Or if you're reporting a non-urgent crime, you can also do that online.
611. There's a few of them. I can't remember what they.
And you've also got 111, which is NHS 11, should you wish to call them to call non-emergency ambulances. So you can save those lines for emergency services should you require it. I rarely ever call 999. In fact, I probably have called it 1 or 2 times if I needed it. But that's usually based on how severe the situation is. Majority of the time, I'll give 111 a call, or I would give 101 a call, depending on who needs to go first, and then go through those.
They all mean, but yeah.
When you broke that, Susie, were you able to use a safe area or hard shoulder?
Well, yeah, because I felt the puncture going. I felt the car sort of starts to weave, doesn't it? And I got onto the hard shoulder, and then like there's a proper emergency area.
Oh, yes.
Look at that. That's really cool.
Right.
Years ago, I had to pull over on the hard shoulder, leave the car there, which looking back feels a bit precarious, and climb up the bank and sit on the bank.
Best thing you could ever do there is sit up on the bank.
On smart motorways, there are emergency areas which offer a place to stop in an emergency if you can't exit the motorway or stop at a motorway service.
Someone's using it right now.
They are marked by blue signs.
SOS.
Yep. There is an emergency phone that will connect you to the Highways Agency Control Centre.
Interesting. Is there a telephone there?
There's a little.
Yes. Yes, there is.
Look at that! Wow.
That's cool.
At regular intervals, so there is somewhere safe to stop approximately every mile, and they have
Every mile?
directly to our control room.
Yeah.
A mile in the UK, unfortunately, is it feels weird saying this, but a mile in the UK is not the same as a mile in the US. It needs to be a little bit closer. It really does.
This is blowing my mind.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it shouldn't surprise me that much, given how much the UK values safety and just overall well-being.
If you stop in an emergency area, it's important that you use the phone there so that National Highways can get you the right.
And then they send someone.
To a point. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they won't, but sometimes they will. If you've got a breakdown service come out, sometimes a breakdown service will try and get Highways out to do it, but usually they'll try and get someone out to you to try and help them out, but it's not so much happened. Look at Luke C and HGV and some other recovery, GR8 recovery, I think it is. Look at those.
Wow.
To exit safely. A traffic lane may need to be closed so that you can rejoin the carriageway safely.
And then they can close the lane off for you so you can get on safely. That's
Except from they don't. They like to put white arrows to say move over. It looks like that. Basically, I'll do it that way. Basically, it looks like a white arrow. Looks like that. Basically saying, hey, can you move over to that lane over there? The red X is so much better because, of course, going through a red X, you are legally not allowed to go through it. A white arrow is just a move over. It's just a request. Can you kindly move over, please? You don't have to do it by law, though. But a lot of people don't comply with it.
You're just on your own.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
Use cameras to monitor traffic when there's a problem. They enable operators to review the carriageway so that staff in the control centres...
That'd be a cool job, actually.
...flow and provide...
Be interesting, I'm sure.
It would be interesting to watch everything going on.
And it's one of these control centres that Susie and I are visiting today.
He's just a happy guy.
He
I
does
love
look
it.
happy.
I am so looking forward to this. I like the control centre.
That would be me. I'd be so excited to visit the control center.
Just going to look at screens.
Same here.
When you walk in a room like this, don't you always think, what's everybody doing?
Yeah.
So, Sean, can you tell us exactly what your role is here?
Certainly. I'm a control room team manager. This is where we deal with accidents, incidents and congestion. We monitor the cameras, we monitor the smart motorways, we monitor the signs and signals, we liaise with the emergency services.
They didn't spot it then, but I saw a lorry and a car merging at the exact same time. I was like, yeah, there's going to be a crash. Thankfully, there wasn't.
So police, fire, ambulance. We deal with everything from traffic congestion to broken down vehicles, accidents, incidents, and we deploy our traffic officers.
So what are the main issues that the traffic officers are dealing with?
4 million vehicles use the strategic road network every single day, and every year we deal with 85,000 broken down vehicles. Now,
And that doesn't include, the 85,000 doesn't include people who are on A roads, on like side roads, normal roads going outside. If you're on a dual carriageway type system, national highways get involved, or the major roads. Anything else, it's down to your local police force to basically get involved and help them out.
40% of those have got simple mechanical failure through loss of oil, loss of fuel, and a lot of these are very avoidable, just with a few simple checks. Fuel, tyres and oil.
So where does the magic happen?
Follow me and I shall show you. So that's CCTV, okay, and as you can see, we can see all the motorway network in that form there.
So can we have a look at something that's happening right now?
We certainly can, actually. We've got an incident now, junction 2 to 3 on the M3 southbound. We've got 2 vehicles and they're stopped in lanes 2 and 3 at the moment. We've implemented red X's on lanes 4, 3 and 2. So you've got traffic
So red X's are on this lane, and this lane.
passing slowly at the moment.
So only one lane open.
That car there, that vehicle there needs to have moved over way before now.
Of something that happened with us, and you're going to know what I'm talking about in just a moment. And if we had had a smart motorway,
Oh gosh, I know what you're gonna say.
It would have been a game changer.
I know the incident you're talking about, and this was scary.
Yeah, we were
Really
driving back up from Florida. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
we lived in North Carolina at the time. We had gone to Florida, and we were both feeling really sick.
Yeah.
Like, we had been to a convention.
We went to a convention, and we had not slept probably the last week. We had slept like 2 hours a night or something because it was long
It was
days.
like a very intense thing, and
Yeah.
it was just we were running
Yeah.
down and like had like the worst flu of our lives.
This is before Sophia was born.
Yeah, and I was driving because he felt that bad. Like normally he's always the one driving.
Yeah.
Because I just don't really like to drive on the interstate.
Literally about to just completely. Yeah, I was really sick.
I was driving, and we were going. I think we were in the fast.
A good thing for those people who are feeling ill. If you're feeling ill and you've got a long journey, do yourself a favour. Go another day. What would you rather? Fall ill at the wheel, lose consciousness, crash, potentially lose your life or anyone else's in the vehicle, or go another day and make it safely? I know exactly what I would choose.
Lane, like passing someone or something, and all of a sudden I think it was it a state trooper or a regular cop?
It was a state trooper.
Pulled in front of us into our lane and slammed on his brakes, just stops, dead stop, in the fast lane right in front of us. And I slammed on the brakes because we weren't that far from him. I slammed on the brakes. Luckily, we were able to stop in time. But then there's cars behind us, and they're like screeching their brakes, whipping around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how no one like hit us. And we were stopped in the fast lane.
And that was a state
And
trooper
he's just-
making that type of mistake.
Yeah.
And the
like,
reason
he
was
does not.
there was something up ahead in the lane, right?
Like he was trying to close off the lane.
is trying to close off the lane. This is where in the UK we have something called a rolling roadblock. Basically, if they're going to close off a lane that doesn't have a smart motorway, which is majority of the rest of the country, what they'll do is they'll have a police vehicle go back a couple of junctions. What they'll do is they'll basically weave across all the lanes, slowing you down, basically saying with a do not pass sign on. Traffic officers can also do this as well to get control of the motorway and basically bring you down to a slow gradual halt, and then we'll slowly move you over once the road network has been safened out, such as placing cones in the road should they need to.
But instead of like, I don't know what you should do in that scenario, but that doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
I believe
It definitely isn't.
He wasn't even right behind the vehicles. The vehicle broke down, right?
Because I would have obviously seen the vehicle and started slowing down.
And so he actually pulls in front of us and slams on brake probably a few hundred yards in front of this vehicle, trying to stop the traffic, but like literally gives us like no warning, just
dead stop.
But the reason I brought this up is because if that had been a smart lane,
you would have already known
that the smart lane would have closed off the lane, because that car that was in the lane would have already been, they would have saw it or whatever. It was really horrible.
Like just the anxiety of sitting there in the fast lane trying to figure out how we're gonna get over, because there's cars like speeding up on us, and like just waiting basically for our death. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, like we have our flashers on, but people are going
Flashers. I love that name. I love it. For us, it's called hazard warning lights, or the basically it's the blinkers. Some people call it blinkers. It's the hazard warning lights that basically go on all four corners.
70 miles per hour right behind us.
And not expecting anyone to be stopped in the fast lane.
Yeah.
I swear your motorway speed limit's like 65 over there, not 70. And I swear is it kilometres or is it... No, it's miles per hour over there, isn't it?
So, anyways,
thank God.
Just reminded me of that. That this technology would have been a really good thing to have at that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right, yes, and that's why you haven't got traffic in lanes 4, 3, 2 because of the red X's. So as long as everyone is complying,
as long as everybody's complying. Wow.
Look, guys, help's arrived. Okay, so we've got 2 of our traffic officer units,
and they can come around and just like
Are they closing all the lanes?
Entered a rolling block and they've stopped traffic.
They start all traffic just like that.
Wow.
Assessing looks like it's
seems a lot safer.
Wow.
We're going to make sure that the wheels roll, and if they do, if the car is immobilised, we're just going to hook it up and we'll drag it to the nearest EA bay.
This is so much more efficient.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you've got your hands full here. So thank you for your time. We'll get going.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Cheers.
Also, I don't want him to press any buttons.
It's quite a setup in there, isn't it? It's really impressive.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There is.
Right. Yes. Where are we off to? Well. What's that trouble? Where are we going?
Thought I'd take you for a little treat.
Oh, I like treats. Yes, yes, please.
Do you want to know what it is? Okay. Well, I'm going to take you for some afternoon tea somewhere utterly divine. Excellent.
Divine tea.
Typical Americans. We don't drink tea that often. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
It's exciting to go on a road trip again.
Yes.
Yeah. Although, did we have a road trip in the past?
I remember when we did share a car sometimes, if it was an early call time, you wouldn't even speak a word before 9 o'clock. You were positive Marty.
I hadn't.
Marty.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that one.
Yet. It takes me a while to warm up.
Yeah, for me, that's the same with me. First thing in the morning, no. Evening, late night, absolutely lovely. I'm the perfect person to speak to.
There you go. Oh, start turning.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Just a picturesque country village.
Ooh.
Doing
Ooh, cream and...
Is it crumpets?
Really nice.
Or no? What is it?
Nope. They are scones.
I think it's scones.
and I think
Clotted cream.
Clotted.
driving on some of
Clotted cream and jam, usually.
Dude, that's beautiful.
celebrate.
With a scone.
Scone.
What?
Scone.
Scone.
I've never
Uh
about this to be
Cornish way jam cream.
No, that's upside down.
At least there's one thing that we can agree on.
Yes.
We both know what a smart motorway is.
Yes. So have Miss Scone, please.
Let's go.
Scone.
There are no scones.
That's cute.
That was a very good video to explain a smart motorway, in my opinion. I love the idea of what we learned here.
I love the idea of it, yes. I wonder, though, if it's used for other purposes that aren't so great.
Like
you know, like snitching on people who are going a little too fast, or
Yes, it has been. I've been driving middle of the night. There is no one else around. And not joking, they've slowed us down to like 40 miles an hour. I've slowed down. Next thing I see, speeding car goes past. Flish, natural speed limits. It's happened. I've seen it physically happen.
do the traffic officers at the control center phone the police and be like, hey, this person's going 5 over.
Right.
Go get him.
No. They don't know what speed we're going. They can't really tell what speed a single person is going. That's what speed cameras are for. That's not their job.
Yeah, there's a completely, in my opinion, there's a completely different thing with someone going 30 over versus someone going 5 over.
Driving. Versus...
Yeah, and I would be curious to know how that works in terms of. We didn't really hear much about speed cameras. We didn't hear anything about speed cameras.
Right, they were only talking about the good parts of the smart motorway.
So I'm curious if, with the speed camera, I'm guessing they would have speed cameras on a smart motorway of all.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Road motorways, you would think it would be on a smart motorway, and if that's the case, do they ticket you in the mail if you're just 2 miles per hour over? You got to be.
It depends on the county you're in. So the county you're in, the police chief constable has the right to set the speed limits. I know for a fact there are 3 counties in the UK that have a very harsh limit of exactly the speed limit. Basically, if it's 70, if you go 71, you're speeding. There are some places that allow the 10% plus 2. So, for example, 77 plus 2, 79. That's where it would go through. The best case in all scenarios is to always go below the speed limit.
Exactly the speed limit or below, or do they give you some sort of a leeway, maybe depending on the time of day as well? Is it rush hour? Is it
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that'll be very interesting to me to learn, guys. If you have any suggestions for other videos to learn about your roadways and the way speeding tickets are sent out and things like that, I would find that very interesting.
So I'm going to leave this one here, and we're just going to continue talking and explain this whole situation with speeding tickets. And I'll send this in the comments, say, hey, I've done a video, hopefully you like it, and I'll explain this bit for you as a thank you. The way speeding tickets are done is you can be fined by one of 3, I believe it is. Well, there is 3 different types. There's a police officer on the side of the road, which could be a police vehicle with a speed radar gun, basically outwards getting the speed. They could have that. You could also have a speed camera van set up on the side of the road. It's happened a couple of times. There's a couple of locations I know around me that they'll sit up in the van, literally hide around a corner, so by the time you come around the corner, it's too late and you can't see. The rules about if the simple thing is a speed camera van will probably see you before you see it. So by that time, it already knows you've been speeding and a fine's in the post. If there is 2 types of cameras that we have in the UK. There is a fixed speed camera, which basically means you are fixed at this speed camera. So if you're going above this, that's the speed. You also have the average speed camera. So this is where you could possibly go for, you basically have 2 points. So you've got point A and point B. So between these 2 points, if you were to speed up and then slow down and your average goes above 70, you've been speeding. If you were to go exactly 70 mile an hour through, your speed camera will be there. So it's beneficial for you to fully go through, because by the time you slow down to get back to 70 by the end, you've lost all that time you made between those 2 average speed cameras. So it's better for you to just go 70 mile an hour through those speed cameras if the speed limit's 70, of course. The way speed limits are usually sent out, and I've had one of these, you get a letter through the post basically saying notice of intended prosecution. I've had it once. Yes, I've had it once. You basically get asked. Actually, I've had it twice. So the first time you get asked, you get 4 options usually. The first option is you can contest it in court straight away. You can take a speed awareness course. You can take a speed awareness course which costs £100, or you can pay £100 fine and 3 points in your license. That is once you've confirmed it's you. If it's someone else driving, you basically say, no, this person wasn't driving, but this person was. You have to let them know who it was, otherwise it will go to you, and vice versa. If you've already done a speed awareness course in the last couple of years, I don't know how long it is. Unfortunately, I got mine literally 1 week, and literally the next week at the exact same camera, doing exactly the same speed, because my brain didn't think. It happens. Things happen. And quite literally, the speed camera, it will send you out the next one. It will basically say, you've been caught speeding here. You now have 3 points in your license and a £100 fine. All you have to do is send off your license to have endorsements fixed onto it. They then get uploaded to the DVLA, which then you can view online. You can actually view your license and how many endorsement points you've got on it. You then have to report that to all your insurance companies and everything else, which is, of course, exactly what I did. That's been a while since I've had those. I haven't had any other speeding fines since then, or any other traffic violations at all in my couple of years of driving. I've been driving now for a good 10 or so years, so I know a bit of stuff, thankfully. So that is basically how speed cameras work here in the UK. Just because it's a smart motorway doesn't mean there's more or less. There usually is about the same amount of speed cameras. All right. Big massive shout out to these guys. If you guys want to check out this video, I'll leave a link down in the description down below. Hopefully my little thoughts and my little processes were helpful for you. If they were, leave me a comment down below. If you like this style of video, go ahead and let me know and give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Till then, bye-bye.